Welcome to Paradise, Michigan, Genesis, Season 3, Episode 11, Somewhere in Time. I would like you all to roll a brains check, please.
Wow, right out the gate. Don't like that one bit. Okay. Oh. You have to just call him out.
Call them out, put them in the chat, whatever.
I exploded once. Yay!
Oh.
I exploded and got a 6.
I exploded and got a 9.
Hey,
I didn't explode and I got a 16.
Okay.
Feel free to check off exploding dice on today's bingo card.
So, Billy and Oak. The parking lot buzzes with the muted echoes of the concert inside the arena. Reverb still rattling in your ribs, the smell of beer, sweat, and hot asphalt thicken the air. Sodium lights buzz overhead, casting everything in a sickly orange haze. Steam curls from a manhole nearby. The last of the crowd filters in through the massive arena doors, laughing, shouting, and getting high on the music and designer drugs. Oak and Billy, that's when you see it. The van that wasn't there earlier. Matte black, idling at the edge of the lot like it's been waiting. Its paint reflects almost nothing, except the pale lettering stenciled on the side. NCOM. Laz stands just a few feet in front of you, turns slightly away, shoulders rising and falling as he talks animatedly, caught in the afterglow of the show you all just performed. He doesn't notice the soft hiss of hydraulics as the back of the van opens, but you do. Inside, the van's interior glows with unnatural light. Cool blue. Too clean, too sharp for this world. Machinery hums to life. You don't recognize any of it. No wires. Just smooth humming panels and something mounted to the ceiling that pivots forward like a falcon. Like a hunting falcon spotting prey. The beam fires. It doesn't make a sound, not really. More like a feeling. A tremor in the air that you hear in your teeth. A column of brilliant white-blue light lances from the van and punches into Laz's back. He stops mid-sentence, mid-breath. And then he begins to fall apart. Not like a body. There's no blood, no collapse. Laz freezes in place. And then he starts to glitch. His skin pixelates, the light from the beam catching on the edges of his form as it fractures into floating, shimmering particles. Squares of him peel away, dissolving upward in a soft, spiraling drift of data. He looks at you, Rosie, in that last moment, eyes wide, almost calm. And just like that, he's gone. No sound, no smoke. Just a brief shimmer in the air where he stood, and the hollow thrum of the NCOM van powering down, its doors swinging slowly shut. What do you do?
I want to leap into action. I want to go and, like, I'm sure I have my bat. I want to fucking take this thing's taillights out. So at least we can, like, identify the van later if we see it again.
Yeah. You go running at this van.
And Rosie's screaming. She's enraged. I would like to rage.
You just rush forward. You all see in the aftermath of what happened. Billy and Oak, it was the two of you that noticed the van as it opened. The rest of you just saw Laz moments ago laughing and talking. Just suddenly dissolved into pixelated data. Rosie immediately rushes away from you over to this van and begins hammering away with her bat. What are the rest of you doing?
is Carson around?
Not right now. He's not.
Okay.
That reminds me. With 24:42 left on the counter, the timer is still counting down.
So, please remind me, when the time ticked back, did we just disappear, or did we have to make it back by
Nope,
that point in
you
time?
just were yanked out of the location.
Yeah. And we were able to go back. I think that's worth noting. Like, we were able to just be like, okay, and go right back. So, okay. Yeah, Rosie's just freaking taking out a taillight, taking out the rear windshield, like, just
There are no windows.
denting the... Okay.
Anywhere.
Anything breakable. Okay.
There are no windows anywhere on this van.
Is there a license plate?
There is not.
Is there a handle on this back door?
There is no handle.
Fuck.
It's just a brick. It's just a.
It literally
brick on
looks.
wheels.
It literally looks like a plastic mold of a van. Like, you
Really?
can see like the shapes where there would be windows, but there's no actual windows.
So I think Rosie's just like screaming, like, open up, open up, open up, open up, something like that. And just beating the living shit out of the back end of this van, kind of aimlessly.
So again, what are the rest of you doing as
Yeah, sorry.
Rosie's beating the
I
shit out of
think.
this van?
I think Oak is looking to Billy, because I think there's this moment where Oak is kind of stunned as he sees his friend get pixelated and has no idea what that van is or where they're from or what's going to happen. So he's just like looking for the older kids to like at least kind of bring some semblance back before he can come back together and make a coherent thought.
So as Oak looks to Billy was kind of like looking in your direction, like you understand, like the look he's saying, whether you pick up on it or not, it's up to you. Is like, you understand tech more than I do.
Yeah.
Is he gonna just materialize back when the time runs out?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that it's possible, but I don't. Nothing like that has happened to us yet. Nothing happened to us last time. If something happened to him and then we leave, I don't know if he gets reset with us when we go back. Okay. Where else did we? Oh God, we have to find the keys. But if he got taken. Oh, okay.
Can Jessica try and reach through the van?
Yeah.
Like phase through it?
Oh, yeah,
that's
do it.
so smart,
There you go.
Yeah,
That's so
so
smart, dude.
for you, because you're basically trying to phase through you're trying to phase through a stationary object, you're not trying to do anything fancy. This is considered a base level function of your ability. You do not have to roll any tokens.
Oh, nice.
You can literally just phase through to the interior.
She does so. She's gonna stick her head in.
You just
Hello.
I 100% picture this like in very 1980s special effects where there's that sort of almost glowing line around it, and it's very clearly like composited. As you stick your head through, and you can barely see. This is a completely empty interior. Like, you can see all the way to the front of the van. There's no seats. There's no controls to drive the van. The only thing you can see is the vague outline of the laser device mounted to the ceiling on the interior. Everything is powered down.
She's gonna stick her head back out, and there's like nothing in there. There's no one in there.
Rosie says, what do you mean there's nobody in there? Somebody had to drive it here.
There's like... Now, Jessica can hold other people to make them phase. Would she have to roll for that to like just kind of show Rosie
Huh?
phase through?
In order to make somebody else phase, you do have to make a roll. It's a
Okay.
relatively low DC because it's something you've done before.
Yeah.
The DC to do this, let me check my power token chart real quick. Remembering that you get one free token at this stage.
Be careful. Don't Ned Stark Rosie, please.
Yeah.
Oh god.
She doesn't have the best track record with phasing
Yeah.
and limbs.
And this is my head.
You don't grow back, right? That's Rosie's thing.
Yeah, that's Rosie's thing. I just grow a new head.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Really pushing the limits of the old superpowers today. Sorry.
degree of
Here we go.
control. All right, so that's one. Another one is 2. 3.
Roll faster.
7.
You're on a timer.
DC 7.
So I'd have to explode with my power dice, which I do not. Cool. So I've used one. I'm going to use 2.
Okay, so the one that's your free one you used, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All
I'm
right, so
using
you use another one.
Yeah, and another one for 7.
Oh my god.
So
So I've used 2.
so 2.
Yeah.
Rosie, Jessica grabs hold of you and sort of you just feel your face pushed right through,
Whoa.
and sort of like your head, neck, and part of your shoulders are pushed through next to. I don't know. Are you putting your head back through, Jess, or are you just forcing
Yeah.
Rosie's? Okay.
No.
So the two of you
Yeah.
the two
we're
of you
both sticking our head through.
are
Yeah,
sticking through the
So then
van.
Jess is like, you see? There's like no one.
Yep. Could have just taken your pinky promise for it. This is really weird. This is really weird. Do I just like go back out?
Yeah. Just put your head back.
Okay. And Rosie like quickly goes back out. She looks pretty nervous about this after seeing what happened to Coop that one time. And then she's like, okay, fuckers.
Rosie. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Coop.
If there's no one in there, can we steal it?
I don't think
There's
we can
like
drive.
no steering wheel.
There's
How do
no
we drive?
steering
No,
wheel.
but-
There's no seats.
Carson didn't really drive his car either.
Where is Carson? Maybe he would know more.
Rosie, make a brains check, please.
Oh god.
Actually, everybody make a brains check.
It's a 4.
Okay. 1 from Coop. 12 from Billy.
Ooh.
11 from Oak. What'd you get, Jess? 4. What? Sorry, 12, Billy.
Yes.
As this conversation is happening, you notice that there is a sort of a rhythmic pulsing, like a beeping sound coming from Rosie's pack. Sort of like a ting 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 ting.
I'll point that out. Something's making noise in your
Yeah.
bag there.
I mean, it really is also.
What? What the fuck? And Rosie like takes her bag off and like puts it up against her ear, and it's like
That when you
Oh.
do that, you feel and hear the ting 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 ting.
and then
Ding,
she like
ding,
opens
ding.
up and like digs through and is it lit up?
So you see the device that you got from Ashley Raven.
Holy shit. It's light up.
The screen is lit up, and there's a message. It says
There's a bunch of kids on here. Sorry.
Lazarus Eccles Archive Cloud Storage. And there's 2 buttons below it. Save and delete.
Oh my god. Oak? I don't know what this means. Oak.
Yeah.
I think Laz is in the clouds. Oh, Oak, and Rosie's like afraid to like
in
touch
the
this thing.
clouds?
That's what it says. It says Laz, clouds,
Like in the
something.
sky?
I don't fucking know, dude. Take the thing. I'm afraid to hold it.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
well,
Laz is with Jesus
let me-
now.
okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay,
Here,
all right.
here, take it. Take it.
Okay,
Take it. Take it.
sure. And he'll hold up. Okay, save. Well, of course, like any computer, I guess you just it'll be like whether you save or delete a file. Then, so I
Is
guess
he
if
a
you wanna-
file?
If we delete,
Can't date a file.
Well, no, but okay.
Files can't live
So-
on the clouds. Clouds aren't solid.
Okay, so
Thank you.
you're right, but maybe it's like a floppy disk, right? Maybe it's like that where we store the data on it, right? So if I hit save, maybe it'll just save Laz temporarily until otherwise. Because if we say delete, he might not be able to come
Okay.
back.
Well, you touch it then. I don't want to. I don't want that kind of responsibility.
I swear to God, if that's Ashley Raven, I'm gonna be real mad when we get back.
What if she
So
has
I-
Laz on a
I-
disc, dude?
I hit save. I just hit save to cloud, hoping that it's not like him going to heaven or something like that. Like save to cloud. He's now with Jesus.
He is now a
there.
Nimbus.
He's a Nimbus.
As you hit the save button, the chiming and the vibration stops. And then you see the screen go black for a moment. And then you see the Nexus Project logo of the two cherries. And below that, you see a small letter I, a capital C, and a small O, and a small N. So below the cherries, it says icon.
Icon.
And for a moment, as dang it, I did it. I said to call you Coop.
Yes.
As Oak,
It's been so
that counts.
long!
That counts. As Oak presses the button and we see that icon, we see this sort of matrix style pixelization, and we go in through the data waves and sort of through this tunnel like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, moving through time. The screen goes black and the camera pans down from a dark night sky, and we see the establishing shot of the Paradise Orchard processing facility. And then the camera keeps panning down until it's
all the
moving
way
deep
down.
underground.
Oh, they got him again.
And
You fucking sent him to the fucking thing, dude.
it
It's
stops.
all your fault. I'm just kidding.
And it settles into a small room. The Nexus Project monitoring station is dim and silent, tucked beneath layers of reinforced concrete and obscurity. Two agents sit in front of a bank of computer terminals, each one whispering quiet loops of data, waveform fluctuations, static pulses, time displacement threads. For hours, there's been nothing but noise, until now. A sharp chirp breaks the drone of background systems. One of the agents, Marshall, leans forward, squinting at a flickering display. Wait. Hold on. His fingers dance across the keyboard. We've got a reading. A lock. The second agent, Torres, glances over, skeptical. Another false echo? No, Marshall says. This is real. The icon device just activated. We've got a signal lock.
Oh no.
Torres stands abruptly. Where? Marshall exhales, eyes wide. Not where, but when. The year 2185. For a beat, neither of them speaks. I'm calling Director Raven, Torres says, already turning toward the secure line. A third voice halts him. No. Dr. Devin Sharp steps into the faint glow of the monitors, hands clasped behind his back. He looks at the screen, and something cold and satisfied flickers in his eyes. There's no need to alert the director. He moves closer, watching the data scroll. The signal is unmistakable. They are alive and active, and far beyond where they should be. He smiles. Slight, almost invisible. I will handle this. Personally.
Ooh.
He doesn't take his eyes off the screen. Activate the Hunter protocol, he says, voice low and precise.
We're in danger.
Deploy the Jakes.
Multiple?
God, there's no. What? There was a bounty hunter one, dude. What if there's more?
There's a beat of hesitation. Marshall swallows.
He kills us, bro. What if he just kills us?
Which one, sir? Sharp turns his head just slightly, the barest trace of a smile touching his lips. All of them.
Love them. Oh, no.
We cut back to all of you standing in the parking lot with holding the icon device, which fades out and goes back to a blank screen in your hands, Oak. You have 8 minutes and 38 seconds and counting down left in this.
Okay.
I think I did okay. I think I did the right thing.
Good job.
Hopefully,
Good job.
he's safe there. We gotta find Carson.
I'll take it. I'll take the thing again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
He like
awesome.
hands
Thank
it over
you.
to you. Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll just put it back in my bag. We got to go somewhere else. We got to go.
Yep.
We got to go to one of those other places to find
Where-
maybe another key, or at least put ourselves in a good position when we come back again.
We
Right?
can ask questions. Yeah, like something we can ask questions so that we can get to the next key. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's use this time. Okay. Where is Carson? Do we
Somebody
whistle
roll a
for him?
d20.
Got
D20.
it.
Here we go. 5.
Okay, keep going.
Should we just start going? Should we just start?
No, let's just start walking.
I was about to say start running, and then I looked at Coop, and I was like, and I was like, let's start walking. Yes, my man.
The van illuminates.
The van?
The
Not
van
my man.
illuminates.
Oh no.
The cool blue lighting shifts for a moment, glitches, and turns Sith lightsaber red. The doors
We gotta move.
Nope.
open
nope.
again.
We gotta leave. We gotta leave now.
The laser starts to move from its mount on the ceiling and begins tracking.
We
It
are
was like, everyone
running.
scatter! And Rosie runs.
Running. Particularly, I would like to try to run in the direction of the arena. The arena.
I need.
Not
I try
the-
to stay in the direction that at least one of the littles goes. I don't want to be a total
Don't run in a
abandoning
straight
bitch.
line, Sophie. You
I
gotta
need
run
all
in
of
a
you-
serpentine pattern.
Serpentine!
I need you all to make a flight check as you scatter.
God damn it. Oh no.
Oh, it exploded.
Oh shit. Oh, we're
That was
gonna
a 12 on a
get zapped.
d12.
We're gonna get zapped, yo.
Okay.
Hey,
I don't like that flight and brawn are two separate fucking things in this game. That's two different strength scores. This is bullshit.
So, Rosie.
Are
And
you saying
fight
that
is another
everyone who-
one.
Are you saying that everyone who is strong should be a great runner?
Ted, phenomenal point. I take it back. I take it back. You're right. Those
So
are
a
different.
couple of things are going to happen here. I'm looking at the two lowest rolls are Jessica and Rosie. Now Jessica,
The girls are getting zapped. We're fucked.
you realize as this energy beam fires up, you do have a way to bypass this.
Yeah.
An energy beam can't hit a non-solid object.
She's gonna grab Rosie's hand.
Oh, I didn't think about that, but Okay.
Amazing.
and panic, which I assume.
Laser's
means
gonna
that
go
you
at you and
guys-
hit a bystander.
So I would like
Some innocent concert goer gets fucking kidnapped.
Rosie. I want you to make a grit check for me.
Oh, grit, I'm good at. There we go. Well, okay, that's a 6.
Rosie, what
I'm fine.
what is your flight die?
My flight die is my D4. Rosie hits Homer. She doesn't need to be running the
So-
bases fast.
With your grit die, that's enough for you to realize in this adrenaline-induced moment, as you are not necessarily super fast, you feel a strength, not even so much a strength, but like a coiling in your leg muscles. You can spend power tokens. For each power token you spend, including your free one, you can increase the die level of your flight attribute.
Ooh. Permanently or just for now?
You don't know.
Oh my god. Okay. Great. So I guess I would let so then would I get to like re-roll it? I'm sorry to ask for so many
Yes.
details right now.
Nope,
but-
that is
oh,
true.
wow.
3 minutes and 20
Oh.
seconds.
Okay. I will like to use I would like to use one of my power tokens. And I just what do I roll for that again?
A d6.
A D6.
So that's your free
Okay.
one.
Freebie. I got a 4.
Okay.
So 4 on 0. One
Oh,
more.
wait. Sorry.
Wait.
To clarify real quick, you don't have to roll to beat a number. You're only trying to see if the number explodes.
It didn't explode.
Okay, so you, for that free one, you now have a d6 for your flight. You can spend more.
Okay.
You can spend more if you
I
want.
would like to spend the one more, and I
Okay.
exploded on my one die.
You were
So I'm
exploded on
right,
it.
right now. I'm at
Okay, roll
I
again.
did. 2.
Okay, so you've spent 3 die total, or rather,
two die total. Yep.
well, you had an explosion. So
Oh yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
you can go from a d4 to a d6 to a d8 to a d10.
Okay, I'm gonna go a D10, and I'm gonna roll my D10 again to re-roll my flight. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay. I got a 6 this time. That's
Okay,
a little bit
it's,
better.
You find this newfound strength, and you're able to, at the same moment that Jessica grabs hold of you, to phase you out. You also move out of the way, and in doing so, you drag Jessica right in front of the path of the beam. But Jessica phased out as the beam goes right through her and hits the pavement behind you as you watch a section of pavement turn digital in the same way Laz did and vanish. Everybody make a quick brains check.
6.
4.
Billy?
Well, my brains are apparently really addled by everything that's going on, and the
Oak.
rising moon. That's a -1.
Wow.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oak.
Oh god. Yep.
As this is happening and you realize your timer is counting down,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that across the parking lot in another vehicle, you can see in the light, the sort of greenish light of backlighting from a computer display, in another vehicle, you see the light reflecting off of the glasses and illuminating the middle-aged bearded features of Jake the Hacker.
Sweet.
Jake
should
the
I be
Sandra Bullock.
Should I be worried about Jake the Hacker, or am I
Yes.
heading toward Jake the Hacker? I guess is the question.
You can see that he's rapidly doing something and looking up, and he sees you see him,
Yep.
and you see him quickly pressing something,
Mhm.
and you see the laser beginning to power
I
up, like
immediately-
charge.
I'm gonna try to do everything to stop it and stop time if I can. Like I'm gonna try to adjust things as much as I can.
And as the laser reaches its pinnacle and is about to blast you, and you're making your attempt to make your move, the world shifts around all of you.
Sweet. Okay.
There's a silhouetted. Is there like a silhouetted shot of Oak standing there as the thing gets glowier and glowier and glowier, and then right at that moment is when.
And there's that, and as it hits, we just see Jake the Hacker staring at where you all were, and we just hear him going, "Did I get it? Did I get them all?"
One shot, one kill. All right.
One shot, one kill.
And once again, you all collapse in the cave in front of the portal, as if you were just spit out of the portal.
I immediately I was like, Jess, are you okay? Did it get you? Did that thing get you?
No,
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to pull you, dude. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. What the hell was that?
Sophie speaks up, who we kind of forgot to mention that Sophie, of course, is there with all of you.
Sophie's there.
Sophie looks at Coop and goes, "Did you see that? Was that our dad?"
Not our dad.
Looks at the rest of you. Did any of you see? Was that my dad?
I didn't see
Was
shit.
who your dad?
No. I'm almost 100% sure that wasn't your dad, and I don't think your dad would have pointed a laser directly at a 12-year-old. Okay? I don't think that would have been a thing. So,
Well, it depends on
Rosie's-
which version of my dad it is.
that's
Is it
a
the asshole?
wild
Is
statement.
it the asshole
So-
version or the nice
It's
version?
a wild statement. But not wrong. Okay.
Rosie goes, wait, where's Laz? Is he?
Should have
And
come
she's
back.
like
with
looking
us.
around the cave, and I assume he's not there.
No, Laz.
I guess
Okay.
not everything comes back.
Okay, but hey, he's saved in a cloud, I guess. So
What
I mean,
does that
away,
mean?
right?
So Billy is kind of clutching his head as we all materialize. And when Rosie's like, "So where's Laz?" Like, he shakes his head and looks around. Okay, so I guess that didn't work. What was the thing about saving?
On the phone, there was a
Well, you don't know that it's a phone.
On the
no,
black
on the-
rectangle.
on the glass thing that Rosie has, right? Like on the that thing. All it said on the, I guess something. All it said was icon, and then save or delete to a cloud.
But it said something Laz stored.
Yeah.
It was like he was stored.
Laz something, right? And so I thought, well, I don't want to delete Laz, so might as well just save him to whatever this cloud thing is. And if it works like a floppy disk, then he's saved somewhere, like video game data. Okay? Like
So
he's
do we have to go to the cloud to get him?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know what that looks like. I don't
We
even
can't
know.
go. We can't go anywhere until we get out of here, and we can't get out of here until we have those fucking keys.
Yep. Yeah.
What
Right?
do the
I
keys
hate to
have to do
point
with
it
finding
out.
my dad?
Because the keys can lead us to different Okay,
We're
let me
working
try
on
to
it,
break
kid.
it down. Essentially, the keys, according to what we've heard, the keys would lead us to different frequencies, and those different frequencies would get us to a timeline or a branch somewhere that would work for finding your dad. But unless we have those keys, the harmonies won't work, and now we don't have Laz, so I don't even know if outside of going back into Chrome City and possibly getting shot at by lasers.
Well,
What the hell was that? Sorry. What, Billy?
I was gonna say, like, we're gonna need to go back to the Chrome City and find somebody who knows what the frick a cloud is, so we can figure out how to get Laz back.
Well, yeah, but if everywhere is now going to be hunting us, like...
But here's the thing. Okay, we're stuck here unless we go back in Chrome City and have the keys.
Okay, yeah.
We don't have all the keys if we don't have Laz, but we can't get Laz back until we get out of here and get the keys.
Yeah, I know. Give me a minute. And,
so we go back and we just keep moving. We know things are hunting us now.
No.
Now we're fugitives. We're I'm a 12-year-old fugitive. I can't go to jail, y'all. I can't.
They would eat you alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything. I've just seen the movies.
Rosie, have you been to juvie? Like, no.
I mean, I almost went once. It was a whole thing. But anyway.
Okay. I mean, okay. We can do this. We just have to focus. All right. And I think he's just kind of going to gather himself for a minute and then try again.
All right. Well, before we go back in,
Yes.
we
Let's make a plan.
We need
Let's
to have a
breathe.
plan. We need
Yeah,
to.
where are we going first?
We need to figure out where we're going to maximize our time. And while that was cool and fun and all to get on stage, like, I don't understand how we went from like practically killing each other to try and do things as quickly as possible to, yeah, let's waste time and play a concert.
Oh,
I
mean, we needed it to find Laz's key.
No, we had the key. It was right there.
mean, I guess, Billy, I guess the only reason that worked is because, like, imagine if we took it and we didn't know how to use it. Imagine if we...
Actually, Billy, I hate to naysay you, but we couldn't have just taken the key and ran. It was it was Laz 5.0's until he did the thing with Laz's blood.
No, he pretty much said, you know, here it is, it's yours, before we went on stage.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Listen, I don't think we can
do the thing until after the stage.
Either way, it happened. It's over. Go faster in the future if it makes you happy, Billy.
Okay.
I just want to be on the same page.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I understand. I just...
Where should we go next?
All right, let's
start
just
there.
pick somewhere to go next.
Okay.
Does anybody remember what was closest to the stadium?
Okay.
Well,
Wasn't
the driver said we could go wherever, and he always just shows up, and
It would be
it
fast.
takes the same amount of time to get
I didn't see him
anywhere.
anywhere. Did
There's
anyone
a-
else see him?
Didn't see him.
While everybody's talking, Oak is literally like doing a mental map of like a diagram of like the places that they haven't been, and like making just little
Got his little
symbolisms.
notepad
of, like,
out.
Yeah, little notes. There's like a little hourglass for like the time hall. There's like a boxing glove for the arena. Like it looks like a Monopoly figure map where he's like, all right, this is the concert hall, and it's got a little guitar. Like, all right, here's
That's cool.
here's this. We've been here. Haven't been to the Rock Museum, and we haven't been to the fighting arena thing. So,
Well, I mean, I know I'm partial, but
I mean,
I want to go to the one with my name on it.
and he kind of looks over at Jessica. I mean, if you're comfortable with it,
Oh,
there
the House of
is
Mirrors.
the mirror hall.
Let's do that one last. She says almost like...
Run the clock! Run the clock!
Valid. valid. No, that's valid. We can do that last.
I'm with Jessica on this. I really don't want to go to the place that's named after me.
Okay.
I want to
I
go to
wanna
the
go
place
to the
that's
arena.
named after me.
Sophie pointed out it's a memorial,
Oh,
which
yeah.
they're probably going to tell me how I die, and I'm not sure I want to know that.
Fair.
Okay. No, that's okay. I won't put you through that then, Coop. That's fine. We'll save that for another time. Okay then. I guess that narrows it down.
I guess that means we're going to the arena.
Yeah.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
So
Fuck yeah.
we go to the arena. If we have time,
We try
we
not to
go
get killed.
We go to the rock place, and Coop can stay
Actually,
outside.
It's a sports complex. We were already at the arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the murder ball. Place.
I've always just called stadiums arenas, so I guess
Whatever you want to call it. The
tomato
Gunnarsson stapler, whatever it's called.
Okay, yeah. And Oak will kind of try to focus and pull the portal back open.
Cool.
For however long he can. He will try to.
Well, you're in the cave now, so you have the the
Yep.
control panels that will control that.
Okay.
What you all need to do is roll d10s for harmonic resonance. I believe
Okay.
Jessica had earned a bonus d10.
Mhm.
So you will be rolling 2, but you're going to lose Laz's 4 d10 of stability.
Ah.
So we have
So
a
we're doing-
5. If you explode, let me know.
I exploded, so I have a total of 11.
So you will
Nice.
now permanently earn an additional bonus d10 for stability checks. So you have 11,
Looks like
and 11
Oak
is 22.
Yep, I did. So that's a total of
Um,
19 for me.
33, 43, 51.
I trust you implicitly. I don't do math off the clock.
Don't do that. Yeah. Bravo.
While Jake does his vocal stimming, check us out on redbubble.com. At redbubble.com, we've got all kinds of great products, including t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, stickers, mugs, notebooks, postcards, phone cases, posters, and even pillows. No, not body pillows, because y'all nasty. We got all kinds of great stuff over on Redbubble, from our Kids on Bikes games, all your fantasy games, great logos for all of your fantasy and TTRPG needs. Redbubble.com, the search mini terrain domain.
Somebody roll me a d4, please.
Not it.
3.
Yay!
Okay. You will have 3 hours.
Whoa, that's so much time.
I reworked the time limits.
Thank you.
So you all step back through the portal. Is that the plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only thing we got because I don't know where else to
Okay.
go.
Gotta keep
If we just
moving forward.
randomly, aimlessly do.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't
I
nothing
would
gonna
like somebody to roll me
I'll do it.
a d20.
Yes. 3.
Thank you. As you step through the portal this time, once again, you step out essentially where you left off, in the parking lot of the Nexus Arena. But something is wrong. Something is different. The arena is silent. There is no mention of Lazarus 5.0 on the marquee. There's no sign of Jake the Hacker or the van that you left behind. In fact, the parking lot not only looks empty, there's weeds growing from cracks all throughout the asphalt in this parking lot.
Uh-oh.
Looking around and up, you see that Chrome City doesn't gleam so brightly as it did before. There's a lot less bright, shiny neon, though a lot of it is concentrated in a sort of central area in what would be sort of like the downtown area. You hear the sound of distant gunfire. You hear, not too distantly, the sound of a glass bottle being kicked across the ground. You hear dogs barking in the distance.
Oof.
And you see that Chrome City is a little tarnished. Something has changed in this version of Chrome City that you've traveled to. As we see the camera sort of swirling around all of you, the timer begins. You have 3 real-time hours.
All right. This is like a different version, right? We're all seeing this. It's like a different year or something.
So I'm looking around for Carson.
You start looking around across the parking lot in a darkened shadow. Suddenly, headlights turn on.
Ooh, there's our boy or the van. One of
And
the
then
two.
you hear as a throaty V8 engine comes to life. And then you just hear that rumbling as the vehicle begins to roll closer to you. Slowly.
Can we
So
see?
it's not charging. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, right. It's not. Get out of the way. Is it? Can we see? Because the headlights are bright. Probably. Can we see what it is?
not until it
vehicle?
gets closer. You see, as it gets closer, it comes into the light that's nearby you. You see a matte black muscle car. Super retro.
Oh.
This thing looks like it's from... Like, it looks like it's from your time, to be perfectly honest.
Really dating ourselves here.
And as it rolls up close, you see the driver's side window rolls down just a little bit. And a cigarette flicks out.
Oh my god.
And then the window comes down the rest of the way. And you can't quite see into the darkened interior until a lighter, as another cigarette is lit. And you see Carson, but he looks a little more grizzled. He has an eye patch. He wears fingerless driving gloves, and he goes, you want answers? You come with me. Clock's ticking, heroes. Let's move. And he kind of motions to
Rosie
the side. And he
dives into the back of the car.
He pats the side of the car and sort of towards where the back doors are. Everybody clamber
Rosie
into.
opens the back door and gets in.
You climb into the car. You can't
Might
help
as well.
but smell the almost overpowering scent of gasoline and stale cigarette smoke. As soon as, not even waiting for the car door to close, you just hear the tires spin out and the car begins screeching down the road, peeling out of the deserted arena parking lot.
This is metal as fuck.
Where to, kids?
We're going to the Thunderdome. Or whatever it's called.
The hell's the
Gunnarsson
Thunderdome?
Stapler. The Gunnarsson Stapler. Whatever it's called.
Gunnarsson Stapler Sports Complex.
Yeah, that thing.
Yep.
He's been looking. Did anybody get in the front seat with him, or did all of you pile in the back seat?
I think Oak might have gotten in the front seat just out of sheer panic. I'm gonna go in the first door I see.
Yep.
He glances in the rearview mirror, and then he actually looks over his shoulder back at you, and he goes, Gunnarsson Stapler Sports Complex. You're braver than you look, or you got a death sentence.
Oh God, it probably is the Thunderdome in this timeline.
Rosie is crunched in the back seat, and then you could just hear whoever's closest crunched up against her. You hear her go, "Fuck yeah, this is metal as fuck." She's so excited about going to the Death Dome. This is awesome.
Would
What
Rosie
year is
be
it?
into
Escape
metal?
from Chrome City, Carson?
She's dating Laz. What do you think?
What was that?
Yeah,
Coop?
but just because you're dating Laz, I've never picked up metal vibes for Rosie.
It's a woman of many talents.
Okay.
Coop just says, "What year is it, please? Escape from Chrome City, Carson."
What year is it? It's 2185.
Was it 2185 before? Oh, so this is
Yeah.
just alt universe.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think honestly, and he says this to the back seat. I think maybe saving Laz might have changed stuff. 'Cause
Make a brains check.
Okay.
Both of us are just him.
Anybody that wants to can.
Oh no. Okay, Jake, you're not going to believe this, but I exploded twice on my
Holy shit.
D20.
Oh wow!
So that is a maximum of 50 currently.
Oh my
What?
god!
Yeah, I rolled 2 nat 20s back to back. Kind of got shocked by that and said, "Okay, let's just roll for a third one." And got a 10, so that's 50.
All right, well,
Okay.
that's certainly better than my 4.
My brain explodes in the front seat of the car.
Was that that might be the biggest, the
That is
highest
the-
total?
That
we've
is the
had.
highest total that's ever been rolled. Oak,
Oh man, I have a new trophy. Yay.
in this moment, when he confirms that it's 2185, and you realize that things are different than they were, you think back to the last 2 times you came here, and you realize that each time you came here, your harmonic resonance was varied, and this is the lowest resonance. You were struggling to harmonize with the crystals this time around. You know now for a fact that your harmonic resonance directly affects how stable the time/dimension you go through the gate into is. You have Chrome City locked in 2185 in the portal. It will always be Chrome City 2185. But how stable that is dependent on how well you can harmonize. So while it's Chrome City 2185, think of it as the different timelines that Marty McFly went to for Hill Valley. This is sort of like, it's almost not quite as bad, but it's almost like if Biff Tannen took over Hill Valley, took over Chrome
If
City.
Tannen took over Hill Valley. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Who would Biff Tannen be in our game?
Yes.
My
Oh
god.
God.
Refrigerator Terry.
Refrigerator
no.
Terry.
Refrigerator Terry's not powerful enough. My
Algernon?
god. Probably.
Algernon.
Fucker.
So yeah, you put 2 and 2 together and you realize that that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Since Laz isn't here, that drastically changes this timeline to this. So it's still that time, but like without him, no glitz, no glam, no
Really makes you see the value in the arts.
jam, I guess, you know.
Rosie
like-
says, gripping her baseball bat.
Well, I hope you're ready to swing, because whenever we get there, like, sounds like it's gonna be rough.
And Rosie just like turns her head. She's been like looking out the window. She turns her head and looks at Oak and just smiles and goes, "Oh yeah, I'm ready."
Okay.
You
and
are
I
you
think
are
we're just-
racing
go.
down one of the highways in Chrome City, careening towards a different part of town where the Gunnarsson Stapler Sports Complex is. I guess any one of you or all of you can make a brains check. Lots of brains checks this session.
Yay, seeing and braining. Ugh, 1.
Okay, we got a 1 from Rosie,
5.
5 from Jess,
Coop got
3
a
from
3.
Coop,
It's a
5
2.
from Oak, and a 2?
Yeah.
Wow. So
We don't see shit.
it's Oak and Jess got the highest with their 5s. And I think it's probably out of the two of you, I'm gonna go with Jess. Since you're in the back seat, it makes more sense for you to notice this specifically. As you're careening down this road, traffic is almost non-existent. But you notice Carson keeps looking in the rearview mirror. As you're driving, you see Carson just kind of doing this. He's just like doing a double take, and then he kind of furrows his brow, and you hear the engine rev up just a little bit, and he keeps looking, and you see he's not looking at any of you in the back seat. He's like looking behind you all. What do you do with that?
She's gonna look behind her.
You look behind and you see it looks like I'm trying to think of the best vehicle. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a big old Suburban, like a big black Suburban SUV. Though you don't know what an SUV is. I'm trying to, what would be the closest thing in the 1980s? We didn't really have SUVs.
Winnebago.
ORV.
What?
ORV.
ORV.
So probably like I don't even know. Land Rover? Range Rover?
I don't know. Chunk just called it an ORV. ORV.
Yeah, but I mean it's kind of like that.
holes.
So basically big black vehicles. Vehicle behind you. And as you spot it, looking back there, Jess, you see this vehicle go like this. That you see 2 headlights suddenly go and become 6 as 2 more vehicles come out from behind it. They were in single file. You are being pursued by 3 ORVs, and they are attempting to gain on you. And Carson hasn't yet said anything to mention this, but you do hear the engine picking up in acceleration a little bit as he's trying to speed up without alarming you all. Do you say anything or do anything?
Yeah, Jess doesn't have the tact to know that Carson does, and trying not to alarm anyone. She is alarmist, so she is going to. Carson, does this thing go any faster? I think they're gaining on us.
And you hear,
She says,
you all hear
matter-of-factly.
Jessica say that as Carson goes, "Shit. I hope you wouldn't notice. Yeah, give me a second." And
You wouldn't notice.
Carson is going to Carson is going to reach forward and he's going to pull down the ashtray. And in place of the cigarette lighter is a red button. And he's going to look at you, Oak, and he's going to say, "When I tell you to, press that button."
Oh, okay.
And you hear the engine actually decelerate a little bit.
Oak buckles up for safety.
And Jessica, you notice the three vans are they're 3, not 6. There were 6 headlights.
Okay.
There's only 3 vehicles.
Headlights, not 6. Not
No.
Okay.
You see the vehicles start to get closer as Carson lets off the accelerator. And he goes, "Just a little bit closer. A little bit closer." And you see him reach over and all of a sudden in my mind there's a dancing hula girl on the dashboard, one of those that
100%. Yes.
Of course. there
and
is.
he's going to reach over to the dancing hula girl, and he's gonna, it looks like almost like he snaps her in half, but when he flips the top half down,
It's a lever.
there's another button inside there. And he looks at you in the rearview mirror, Jessica, and he says, "Tell me when it looks like they're within about 20 feet.
Yep. So Jessica is gonna like fully turn her body to face the back of the vehicle.
As best as she can. We're crammed in there.
Ow! Ow!
Yeah, she's squishing.
She steps on someone. Kind
So-
Oh yeah.
I need somebody to roll.
Me. I'm gonna do better this time, guys. I promise.
I think I'm going to have all of you roll something.
Ooh.
Jessica, I want you to roll. Man,
This is gonna be like Captain Planet, with the power of fire, water, earth, air.
okay,
and
I need
heart.
of the 5 of you. 2 of you already have jobs. One of you's watching for when they get close, and one's poised to press a button. So the other 3 of you, I would like you to roll D12s and tell me if they explode.
12A.
Ooh. I got a 9.
Me too, twinning.
Yay! Hashtag
Mine-
twinning is winning.
Mine did not explode. I rolled a 1. My dice
Okay.
have been utter shit.
Okay. So I will tell you what you rolled for in a minute here.
Ooh.
Jessica, I want you to roll your choice. Grit. If you're going to try to anticipate the driving ability of these other vehicles as they're maneuvering closer, or brains if you're going to try to correctly gauge that within 20 feet distance.
Grit for
Okay.
sure.
Let's go ahead and roll a grit check.
8.
Okay. And Oak, you need to roll probably a flight check for as you're trying to reach across the seat and press the cigarette lighter button down at exactly the moment that Carson tells you to, while the vehicle's
Okay.
moving and bouncing around.
So I have a D10. I rolled a D10 on my flight, so that exploded. But it's a D10 plus 1 because I'm a kiddo. And then I got a 3 on the second die, so that's a total of 14.
Excellent. So, as the vehicles, Jess, you're watching and you see the way they're maneuvering, these vehicles, whoever's driving these vehicles, they're skilled. They're trying to get close without getting too close. So it takes... you actually see through it as they are feigning like they're going to get close enough, trying to goad your vehicle into making some kind of an action, but you don't fall for it. Because one of the vehicles suddenly darts forward. and you call out to Carson.
Oh.
Carson slams down on this button inside the dancing hula girl, and you see a burst of sparks come out of the back of the vehicle and scatter across the road.
Oh.
As Carson has released a combination of a smoke screen and caltrops into the road.
Oh my God.
He turns to Oak and says, now, and barely has the first syllable out. And Oak, you're already pressing the button. As he presses the nitrous button, as Carson slams down on the accelerator, the nitrous cools the engine down so that all of a sudden the car just goes and just takes off like Knight Rider. Carrie and Ted and Tamiko, you were rolling for the SUVs. Two of them peel off to the side and avoid hitting the caltrops. But the one in the middle that Billy or Ted, you were rolling for, we see slow motion as the two vehicles peel off to the side. The middle one comes out of the cloud of smoke sideways and starting to roll. Just as it gets close to the pavement, we see it goes back to full real-time speed and goes and explodes. But
Badass.
Not before we see, as it's flipping in slow motion across the side of the vehicle, because in the 1980s, the bad guys always put their name on the side of their vehicles. It says Nexus.
Ooh, ha.
Jacob, you had said that we noticed that these cars were a little old-timey, a little from our time, correct?
Specifically the one that Carson's driving, not the SUVs. I was just trying to describe something similar to give it a familiarity. These are not actual ORVs, but they're sort of like, picture, instead of like Blade Runner 2049, picture more along the lines of like RoboCop.
Perfect. Coop would like to do something,
Sure.
if you'll allow it.
Absolutely.
Coop's looking around Carson's car and he's seeing like the crank window thing and stuff, and he's like, oh man, thinking to himself, these cars are old. And then he looks after Jessica draws everyone's attention to the back, and he sees that these cars aren't very old-timey looking. In fact, they still kind of look a little futuristic. And then Coop remembers Dr. K telling him that his glove would do very well against electronics.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
So what you gonna do, Coop?
Coop is going to point his glove towards he's going to try to twist around because it's a tight fit, y'all. He's going to try to twist around. He's going to like lean his arm up against part of Jessica's back, her shoulder.
Ow!
And,
Ow!
and he's going to press. He's going to press. I don't know why this is on his glove, but it is. He's going to press rewind.
Rewind, huh?
Sure, because I decided that his glove has VCR controls as well as
Sure.
all of the other bells and
Obviously,
whistles.
yeah.
Sure, it's a prototype.
Yeah.
They envisioned
Your
using it as a
dealer's
remote
choice.
control.
Rewind, pause, whatever.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to make a grit check.
I think grit's not bad. I think grit's my... Nope, it's not great. It's D8.
Well, you're not trying to beat a number. We're only looking to see if your grit die explodes.
It does not.
Okay.
That's a 5.
So you point your power glove at one of the vehicles and you press rewind. What happens?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, I want you to describe what are you expecting to happen? Or is Coop just blindly pressing this button, not knowing what's going to happen?
Coop doesn't know what half of the buttons on his ship
Okay,
does.
because I have an idea too.
Okay, but he's gonna go, oh, I really hope this works, you guys. And he's gonna hit the rewind. And all I'm going to say is the glove lights up.
Okay.
Like all of the
Not
all
just
of
the
the
glove,
Tron
but
stuff
all of
and
the
whatnot.
circuitry that goes up your arm and your fingers. As that happens, you are pointing at this vehicle and you watch as it looks like somebody attached a chain to the axle of this vehicle. Because you have caused the entire drivetrain, transmission, and everything to instantly go in reverse while the vehicle's traveling at a high rate of speed, as basically the back half stops moving to go backwards and the whole top section, the cab of the vehicle, just shoots forward and begins skidding and careening across the highway in a shower of sparks.
Holy smokes!
There's one vehicle remaining chasing you down the highway. Anybody else want to try something? You're leaving it up to Carson? What are we doing?
I just say, Carson, do you have anything else?
Carson, in response, somebody roll a D100.
I will. I've got a good feeling about this one, guys. This is going to be the one. 63.
63. I'm going to say... I'm going to roll a D100. He definitely has something up his sleeve. How close I get to your number determines how awesome it is.
Okay. Oh,
37. Okay. So it's not rockets.
damn it.
Carson looks to you again, Oak. And he goes, "You play video games, kid?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "You ever fire high caliber projectile weapons before?"
I mean, if you're talking like Duck Hunt, yeah. I mean, I guess.
Duck Hunt. I was thinking more like Top Gun. And he slams the dashboard, and the glove box drops forward, and a set of joysticks sort of pops out and flips up, and they have triggers on them. He goes, "Look straight ahead." And you see, as you look straight ahead, almost like in The Last Starfighter, as long as you're looking straight ahead, you can see a red reticle. If you move too far to the sides, it vanishes. And he goes, "Everybody, hold on." And he slams on the brake and jerks the wheel to the side as the car spins and pivots around, and then he slams it into reverse, and it's now speeding backwards down the highway, facing the last remaining ORV. And at the same time, you don't fully see this, but we see as the headlights go, and machine gun barrels go shakoon, and pop out the front of this vehicle.
Oh.
And you're now racing backwards as this ORV is getting closer and closer. And Carson just looks over and he goes, "What the hell are you waiting for, kid?"
Oh my god, that's awesome.
There's this moment where he's scared, but then like the biggest grin comes on his face, because there's this moment where the joystick handles remind him of the machine guns in the Millennium Falcon, and he's just like, "Hell yeah!"
I like to imagine there is a moment that like show like
People
all the
cheering
kids'
it.
faces, and we're all like horror stricken. It's like slow motion. We're all like terrified, and then it comes to Oak, and he's just like
And then you just see
delighted.
you suddenly see and hear the muzzle flares coming out the front of this vehicle as and Ted, go ahead and roll me a flight check.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude.
Just tell me what you get. I'm gonna have you roll a d12 again.
A flight for me or a flight for Carson?
You're rolling for the remaining SUV or RV.
Oh, okay. All right, that's a 3.
Okay. Oak, what does it look like when you eliminate the last remaining vehicle?
It's like one of those things where the vehicle is trying to like serpentine to avoid a void, and I imagine that there's like some truck that has the lift in that like upward angle so that like it could potentially do a jump, and he hits enough of the wheels and the front of the axle that it starts to swerve and swerve, and it comes right off the edge and does a barrel roll off the edge and then into some building off the side, and then massive explosion. That was horrifying. But so cool. Oh,
Don't get cocky, kid, as he
Oh my god.
slams the wheel around and you guys continue on down the now empty highway, having averted the Nexus vehicles.
That is, oh my god, that's amazing.
okay.
Okay. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man.
He looks to Carson. Are there a lot of those here?
More than is comfortable, but not so much that you have to stay on your toes the whole time.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Maybe we'll be able to take a nap soon.
He takes an exit off the highway, and as is, in my experience, pretty typical in big cities, the big sports arena is relatively close to the highway.
Mhm.
And very quickly, he pulls off to the side, and we just see the vehicle sort of idling along down this sodium vapor light lit area, looking very dark. As he pulls up in front of the Gunnarsson Stapler Arena. Wait. Nope, it was Nexus Arena. It's the... I have too many documents open right now.
The Gunnarsson Stapler Sports Complex,
Sports Complex.
home of dodgeball, blood sport championships, and zero-G mixed monster art spectacular.
Thank you, Tomiko.
Except now it says... the home of the dodgeball blood sport championships has been just spray painted over with like a strike through, and the zero-G mixed monster art spectacular monster arts arts spectacular has been spray painted with an X, and it now says spray painted above that zero-G mixed monster what's the word I'm looking for? I just lost my word. Mixed monster. I can't think of my word. Hunting.
Book club.
Hunting. It's
Good guess.
it's hunting.
Good guess.
Hunting something.
Cool.
Oh, it's hunt. I'm putting hunting and trying to think of a word. It's mixed monster hunt. Like I was thinking like a fox hunt. So it says in zero-G mixed monster hunt. And this place looks like it's been inactive for a very long time. It looks exactly like the post-apocalyptic arena. Like it looks like the sports complex in like if you ran across it in Fallout.
Cool. It's like, well, I think there's probably a key in there. Carson, thanks for the ride. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And Rosie slaps the top of the car as she gets out. And I guess I would want to look also at as I'm coming around the other side, I want to see if there's a dent in the back bumper of this car in the spoiler where I hit it with a baseball a bajillion years ago. I want to see if this has been Carson all along.
Roll me a
And
D100.
we already have cursed timeline Carson. I don't even know what I'm gonna name this one.
Roll a D1. Roll a D100, Carrie.
A D100 will do. That's a 6.
There's no dent.
So it's not. It's just a different black muscle car. Gotcha. Okay, that actually gives me some
No,
comfort.
it was-
I didn't want it to be.
It was
Carson.
fun, and I like letting the dice change the game. There was a 1% chance. I would have had to roll exactly what you rolled,
Ooh.
and then I would have altered because I know exactly what that car was.
Okay. So Rosie knows she's comforted by this, and she's like, "All right, guys." And I would go up to the front. I'd be like, "Oak,
Yeah.
get out."
Oh, sorry. I look over to Carson. Hey, can you stay around here? If we need you for later.
He kind of looks around. Looks at his watch. He goes, "I'll give you an hour."
That'll be enough. See
I
you
get
later.
out and just begin heading towards the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
I walk with Billy. Like, so this, as they're walking together, I would kind of say, like, so this fucker is named after both of us. I don't know what that means, but I mean, what if both of our keys are in there? I think we should be on the lookout for both of them, don't you think?
Any suggestion or guess as to what your key is?
I mean, if I had to guess, baseball's kind of my thing, so something involving that. And this is a sports complex. So
You're
probably
Also
always
that.
play
carrying-
basketball.
You're always
Also
carrying
basketball.
that bat around.
Damn right I'm carrying that bat around, Rosie says as she looks up at this kind of foreboding structure. So what do you think yours is? A tooth?
I have no clue.
Oh, let's just hope it's not a silver bullet. And Rosie kind of smacks Billy on the back a little too hard.
Can everybody make me a brains check before you head inside, or as you're heading inside?
Hey,
Hey, I did well too, dude. Let's go. We're in the front. I did better
I
than
rolled a
usually.
19 as well, Oak, but mine's a 16.
I'm just not gonna bother to say my results
gotcha.
anymore unless they're like unless I like
Good.
explode twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 14 because I exploded once and then got a 6. Rosie's so brainy today.
A 19, a 14, a 16.
We see everything.
I got moon brain.
Ted, I honestly forgot that you got like negatives to certain things when you're like,
Yeah, depending upon the time, I have 3 different sets of stats.
Right.
that's I mean, it's so,
So-
cool as a mechanic, but like, wow.
What did Coop and Jessica get?
The
4.
Okay. And Coop, 2. So,
the middle bracket is just modifiers, but like when I fully transform, then it's my whole arrangement goes kablooey.
as you all are preparing to enter, you've had to basically walk up a bunch of stone steps that led up. So you're probably a good 40, 50 feet away from the car right now. You kind of give a glance back at where Carson's sitting in the muscle car. And Oak and Billy, you notice that from where you're at, the only way I can describe this is you notice what looks like a piece of the shadows peels itself away and is creeping along the back side of the muscle car and is moving just about to dip out of sight to the driver's side, like they're creeping up on Carson, and both of you catch a glint of basically silver, as this individual you see is holding a knife, and they are moving towards Carson.
Carson about to get shanked. This ain't good.
So I'll yell, Carson, watch out.
You yell, Carson, watch out. Let's see, what's Carson's? Carson has a very low flight score. Versus
Carson dies, we're fucked.
you see, all of a sudden, you see the taillights light up, and a second later, you hear that and the tires screeching as Carson slams on the accelerator. And a moment later, you see that shadow figure standing in the middle of the road, almost blending into the shadow, as the muscle car goes and veers off to the left and slams into a building.
Ooh. We just lost our ride.
The shadow
Oh.
figure holding the knife looks up at all of you, sees you specifically looking at him, Billy, and holds the knife up, catching the light, and you see the glint of silver stained with blood. And then he takes it and motions as he draws it across the front of his own throat and then points it towards you all. And you watch as he disappears. He literally fades out.
When he points in my direction, I begin sprinting at him, and I imagine I lunge through empty air, but I was heading right for him.
So I would like you to go ahead and make a... If you're lunging at him, I want you to make a fight check. But I also want you to make a brains check. These are two separate checks you're going to make.
Okay. Well, I will roll the stuff together. All right. So that's 9, 13. 13 on fight, and amazingly, 16 again on brains.
Okay.
Oh. Anybody happens to be watching, my cat really liked that dice roll, Jake. That was a delight. She really liked
What
that
was your fight roll?
6, 9, 13.
You beat both of the rolls.
Ooh, let's go, dude.
So you notice that as this person, you suddenly sprint using your heightened senses as you come rushing forward. You all see Billy suddenly take off. Billy, you see him fade, and you realize the reason he's blending into shadow is from head to toe, this man is dressed in black. You can only see his eyes. He's literally dressed like a ninja. And
Jake the Ninja?
Johnny Cash.
it is whoever rolled the 3 when you guys came in, that was
Tamiko.
for Jake the Ninja.
Oh.
And you also realize for a moment, you forget why you're lunging, what you were even doing, but you shake it off and you were like, well, no, wait, I know what I saw. This man tried to make you forget he even existed. As you slam bodily into him, you beat him on both counts, so I want you to take narrative control of what you do when you slam into him and he appears. How does the scene go for Billy? And for
Okay,
Jake the
so
Ninja?
my idea was I was trying to like pin him down So I don't know if he's larger than I am or smaller than I am. But my goal would be to like kind of get his hands and like pin him down with his hands above and try and take the knife away from him.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can like pin him down, like sit on his chest kind of situation.
Yeah, you get the sense that this person, as you hit them and knock him down, that he's not so much with the strength as he is with the speed and dexterity, usually. So you're able to, pin his arms down, and the knife kind of clatters out of his hands and is laying there as you've lunged at him, knocked him down, and this ninja is laying on the ground at your mercy.
Nice. Rip his throat out.
So I will like keep him controlled as I look back to everybody else to see
Holy
what they're
shit.
doing. And then I'll return my attention to him. Like, well, you're gonna kill me, huh?
Strangely, you all look and see that Billy has just moved very quickly, and in one of the streetlights, you see that Billy has just tackled a ninja.
Holy shit. Billy. See, ask him who sent him.
Why are you here?
I am here to take you out.
Give me a reason not to slit your throat.
You could kill me. There's others. We're all looking for you. They know where you are now. They won't stop until they have you back.
Who's
Darkness is a door I know how to open, but they know how to open all the doors.
You're still talking, but you haven't given me any reason I should spare your life. Do you have anything that is worth your life?
You said they know how to open the doors. Who's they?
Who do you think? Who has the power to send people like me after you through time and space?
Did you
The
ever
Nexus
pull the
Project.
Did you ever pull the mask off of him like Scooby Doo or no?
No. No, he's more like
Lammers.
he's more like this. He's like 2006's Ask a Ninja.
I'm having ask all ninja. I'm having a hard time understanding you.
All right. So you've basically got nothing and you're going to throw your life away. Is that correct?
I'm gonna need you to make a charm check.
I'm not very charming right now.
That is, how do you jack it? No, let me rephrase that. How do you get a
Hello?
jack die on the screen? That's halfway between a 5 and an 8.
It's in the corner.
Well,
Roll the
I mean,
dice tray.
I've
technically,
never seen it ever, but like
Applause
that is
for the realism.
That's
Wow.
yeah. Well, that explodes.
So that's a 1.
Damn.
So that's a 14. You don't even know why you're trying to kill me. You don't know who I am. You don't know why I'm here. And you're finding it hard to concentrate. Because of your earlier success, he can't fully make you forget him, but he's muddling your mind, Billy. You're no longer
Alright.
certain of your desire to kill this man or really what he's
Dude.
doing here. You just know it's almost like you're reverting to your animal instincts. He's a threat. And you're finding it difficult to concentrate on why he's a threat.
Can I do as I did before and shape my hand into a claw?
Yeah.
So if I'm reverting to an animal and I see this thing as a threat, I will make a claw and I will put my claws to his throat. I'll give him something to convince me he's not a threat. And if I don't get an answer that appeases that, I slit his throat.
Coop, I need you to roll me a d8. You are rolling for somebody else, though.
That's a 6.
Okay. Coop, there's a almost open frequency between you and Sophie. Not just telepathically, but that sort of empathic ability that you've gained. And you feel fear welling up from Sophie. And she says simultaneously in your mind and out loud, "Wait." And Billy, Sophie steps up next to you and places a hand on your shoulder as she says, "Wait." And Sophie's going to step forward. And she's going to pull the mask off of this ninja.
Oh, yes.
As the mask falls away, you feel that sudden lurch through Sophie, Coop. But you may also have your own reaction as you see that this is what looks to be a slightly older version of your dad with scruffy beard, like more like mine now, but more like a like a 35-year-old Jake the Ninja.
What?
Wait. My dad's not a Jake, though. I'm very confused.
Okay, so there's a piece of information I think you missed. Well, no, I know you didn't miss it.
What would I have missed?
When the inscription on the thing, or maybe you didn't see it, but I know
no,
Rosie
you're
did.
right. It did say it did. He
His
did have the middle
full
name,
name
Jake,
is no,
but
his,
he didn't look like a Jake.
his full name is Jacob Thorgarn Talmud.
Yeah.
This man.
Apparently, my mom has a type.
He's
So,
an
okay.
honorary Jake.
So
Cool.
the younger version, it's kind of like you're putting it together. The version that you met at the cabin was a younger version of your father, and you're realizing that it's kind of like if you had only known me with a full beard and full head of hair, and all of a sudden I showed up and I was clean shaven and had shaved my head. There's a familiarity there, but you might not recognize. And there may be other things at work as to why you didn't recognize. But you're starting to see the resemblances between the Jakes and your father. It's not 100%, but
That's cool.
that resemblance is there.
Ooh.
Think of it, I think if it helps us kind of help you understand why you're not seeing this or haven't seen it before, think of it almost like what you know your father to look like and what you know the Jakes to look like. Though this Jake is younger than the Jakes you've met before, imagine the two faces are being sort of photoshopped together or superimposed over one another. So you're seeing that familiarity, but what's that Snapchat thing? The face swap. It's almost like a face swap.
Oh.
And take your look of confusion that you seem to have, Tamiko, and I feel like that's Coop's look of confusion.
Coop's just gonna say, Sophie, he looks like our dad, but that's not our dad.
How? How?
So when Sophie at first puts her hand on my shoulder, you know, it's almost as if for a moment, like I was unaware of the surroundings. So even though like I haven't transformed, I still like kind of like, move. I just turned my head really fast, and I've got this, you know, almost growl on my face, but it softens as soon as I see, the young girl, and I let her pull the mask away.
And they're having this. Coop and her are having this sort of confusion, and it's creating almost a feedback loop. And Sophie is now giving off fear, mixed with anger, confusion, and through the empathy connection, Coop, you sense that Sophie is unraveling a bit as she's trying to make sense of this.
Welcome to the club.
And she kind of steps back. She's like, no, but it's our dad. I mean,
Sophie, look at me. Look at me.
What?
Look me in the eyes. Reach out to him. Touch his mind, and you'll see it's not Dad.
But
I don't know how to explain it to you, but he's not our dad. He's a Jake. There's hundreds of them. I don't know how they're here, but they are.
The Nexus Project.
Here
they
because the
sent 'em here
Nexus summoned them.
to get us. They're not supposed to know where we are. How do they know where we are?
I just want my dad. I don't want any of this. The tear in reality opens without warning. Jagged, flickering, and wrong. It splits the air like fabric under strain, bleeding shades of violet, indigo, and electric blue into the dark. The edges shimmer like glass under pressure, warping the space around it. It looks exactly like the portal in the cave. Humming, low and alive, chaos roiling at its edges. Right behind Sophie. And then someone steps through. White suit, crimson lenses. The scent of sea breeze and ozone clings to him, but he looks older.
This motherfucker.
He looks haunted. The familiar confidence is there, but thinner, like it's stretched across nerves held too tight for too long. He's standing right behind Sophie.
Nope. Coop would have
A
grabbed
whisper?
Sophie and
Sophie
moved
stepped
her
away
behind.
from all of you.
Mm.
Sophie stepped backwards from the scene, so she's not there, and he's
This
immediately
is Jake's,
behind her.
narrative vessel to get rid of Sophie, it seems.
Before
Maybe.
anyone
Maybe.
can move, or sorry, he's behind Sophie, and in a whisper of motion, a silver glint. Click. The syringe slips into her neck without resistance.
Ooh.
Sophie exhales sharply and goes limp.
Coop's running for him. Coop don't run well, but he's running for him.
Okay.
Oh.
If I actually get to make it to him, Jake, Coop's gonna, he's a brawny kid. He's gonna dive right at his knees.
Okay.
Hell yes, take him out, man.
Algernon, as you're running, Algernon catches her before she falls, slipping his arms beneath her legs and shoulders, lifting her like she weighs nothing, cradling her gently, almost reverently, like someone holding a memory they aren't ready to lose. Coop, I want you to make your fight check.
Fight or flight?
You can make flight if that's better for you.
Can I real quick interject? It's just for flavor, but as Coop like sprints, Rosie goes, "Coop, no!" and like reaches for him and misses, and I imagine is following, but not as quickly.
Well, an explosion would have been nice. That's a 9.
Okay.
Pretty damn good, dude. That's pretty damn good.
8 plus 1. 8 plus 1.
He's an old man. He's got bad knees as it is.
Jake, can I use a pop to make it a 10?
Yes,
Yeah,
smart.
I mean,
yes,
you can.
good use. Good use.
I haven't rolled
Yes.
any dice yet.
It's like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
I'm trying to find his
That's smart, bro. That
Correct.
is so smart.
stat block.
Now we just have to hope that Jake rolls shitty.
He will. I'm manifesting it. Manifesting it. He's gonna roll a 3.
Okay, here we go. I will be rolling a D12.
Fuck me, dead.
Sorry.
Are you kidding
Nope,
me?
nope,
He's gonna
nope.
roll a
It's a
3.
D10. Sorry, it's a
He's
D10.
gonna roll a 3. It doesn't matter what he's rolling. It's gonna be a 3. Yeah, close enough.
Oh,
Close enough.
You slam into his legs as he's holding on to Sophie.
Yes.
You
sorry,
beat
Soph.
you beat him by a full 8. So
Oh, you get to
um,
drive, dude. Tamiko gets to drive the narrative, right?
yeah, you definitely have narrative control. I think there's a point in there where I get to interject something.
You remember the Christmas story when Ralphie lost his shit?
No, God, yeah.
It's basically that. So after Coop, this tiny, chunky little kid, slams into Algernon's legs, knocks him over. He drops Sophie. Sorry, Soph, again. She's unconscious, so she's just gonna ragdoll it. It's fine. And what is it? And then Coop rolls over on top of him, pinning not pinning, but on top of Algernon, like Billy was on top of Jake, and just starts
Fucking wailing on him.
smashing him.
Is Coop crying a little bit?
Mhm. He's bawling.
Oh
As
my God.
as you're just little tiny fists are slamming into him, Algernon is not stopping you as you're wailing on him so much as he's trying to grab at your hands. Please, stop. This isn't what you think it is.
I think eventually Rosie would step in when Algernon's begging and would like, Coop, stop. And Rosie just like hugs Coop kind of around the chest and like pulls him off.
Can I slit the ninja's throat?
By the way, it's just, hey, me here.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing stopping you. You had full control of that scene.
Like we turn around and be like, Billy, we need to ask him, and Billy's just got blood all over. It's like, oh,
It's fine.
sorry.
He's an evil Jake.
He is an evil Jake. Kill him.
Billy's like, okay,
Do
this
it.
is one too many
Do it.
problems.
Kill him.
Slit.
Well, like, nothing has changed, and
No.
like
He hasn't said
the
anything.
the temporary cessation with Sophie went away, and I didn't get any change from this dude. He still felt like a threat. I'm feeling more animal than person right now, so
It's only
As
one
an
day
animal,
till the
it's
full
not a
moon,
threat.
remember?
you must neutralize it.
Yeah.
What was that, Tamiko?
I said it's only one day till the full moon, remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Completely.
So
So I tear open this guy's throat, like put my body weight onto him, possibly breaking, ribs and what have you, as I step over top of him and with my human hand scoop up the bloody knife, and I'll turn back to the group and growl, "Can someone check on Carson?" I'm assuming he's dead, but
Looking over,
I
you
still
see
have my arms around Coop, and I'm like, not right now.
Rosie's holding Coop, who's crying. Algernon sort of sitting up, and he's pulled the handkerchief out and is kind of wiping at his nose, which is bleeding. Just laying right next to him is the unconscious Sophie. And he looks over at her with, it almost looks like admiration. Then he looks at you, Coop. And he looks at you, Rosie. And he stands to his feet, wiping at his nose again, and then sort of folding. He's basically taking this handkerchief, and in the midst of this chaos, he's just carefully holding it back up as he says, "What I'm doing is for your own good. What happens next?"
Where have we heard that before?
What happens next is unavoidable. It's the only way that you all can see the Nexus Project, green doors, the iterations, your abilities, paradise, all of it.
What do you need Sophie for?
She's in danger here. With you.
You don't say.
With you. You have to trust me.
Why do
It's
you care
difficult.
so much? You didn't care about us when we were in the iterations. In fact, most of the time I'm pretty sure you wanted to kill us. So...
Or hurt us. Or both.
Or hurt us. Yeah. So
He's-
what makes me think that you're going to take care of her?
People change with... And he looks right at you, Oak, as he says, with time. And you realize as he steps into the light, he bends over to pick up his hat. And before he puts his hat back on his head, you see Algernon is older. Algernon looks like he's about 20 years older.
He's Algernon?
That's awesome,
That was
Tamiko.
so
Good job.
fast. That was
MVP.
so fast.
MVP.
You guys do not hesitate to give the variations of these characters nicknames.
Oh, yeah. No. Shooting from the hip.
I'm going to take her to safety. You will continue with what you're doing.
Where is safety? What does safety look like?
Back where you came from. The cave. In 1855 on South Manitou Island. When you found what you're looking for, come find me. Us. You already know where to find. The shipwreck off the southwestern shore.
A memory lights in Rosie's mind, and she's like, "Oh." She's seen that before.
As a token to hopefully help persuade you that my intentions are well, I will tell you why you're looking for these keys. You are looking for the keys.
Yes. Why?
Do you know why you're looking for keys?
So we can get out
Get
of here.
back to where we belong.
And what does that mean, William? Get back where you belong.
Get
Who
back.
told you about the
home.
keys? And what did they tell
1985,
you?
whatever you want to call it.
Your K
Oh, some
told us
sick
about
game,
the
and I'm
keys.
tired of it.
Not really, Dr. K. The hologram version. He said we needed to find them to beat the Nexus.
I put my hand on Coop's shoulder. Give him a squeeze.
That is correct. You must find the keys. That is a part of the puzzle that is going to help you to find the answers you are looking for. Why the Nexus Project been putting you through these experiments, these iterations, why you're so important to them, why any of us are so important. And they are ultimately going to be, for lack of a better word, the key to setting yourself free. But I fear you are putting too much stock in this barely stable portal. You may find the answers you're looking for, but you will not find all of the keys here.
Like here being like Chrome City, or here being the stadium, or what?
Yes. You're on the right track.
Yeah,
You
we
know
better-
more information.
I don't.
Just say it.
I
Why must
don't.
everything be a damn riddle?
I'm speaking as plainly as I can. These are your keys to find. It is you that the Nexus Project is after. There will be more like him.
Are you
He
telling
points
us
up-
not all the keys are in Chrome City? Just tell us that.
No. Not all of the keys are in Chrome City. Not all of the keys are in Paradise. In fact, and he tucks the handkerchief into his pocket. He crouches down and he brushes a stray hair out of Sophie's face as he once again scoops her up into his arms. He says, "Not all of the keys are on Earth." And he looks directly at Billy, and he looks directly at Chester. Behind the red glasses, his eyes are unreadable, but he looks over them to you, Coop. I am sorry for how much this hurts. I wish that I could tell you it'll get better from here on out.
We
You
have
are-
no choice but to trust you. But mark my words, Algernon. If you hurt her, I will kill you. And I'm sure you know I can.
He looks at you and holds your gaze for a moment, Coop. And then he just gives you a curt nod, acknowledging. The things that are to come are going to challenge you, but they will also mold you, shape you, and make you stronger. Use what the Nexus has given you. Use these powers and abilities I have. Make yourselves stronger to spite them. Believe me when I say, I wish you all the best of luck. He steps backwards through the portal. The portal snaps shut, like a wound healing, with a scream that never quite escapes, leaving you all standing on the silent street in front of the sports complex with the idling engine of Carson's car and a dead ninja at your feet.
I was about to say, did we notice the dead ninja?
Shit. Billy. Rosie looks around and she says, does this mean we can't go into the Thunderdome?
And that's where we're going to end the session. I knew I pissed off Coop when Coop wasn't even going to let me monologue.
Oh my god, dude, that is the hardest fucking line in the last like several sessions. I will kill you, and I'm sure you know I can. That is
My
fucking
God.
awesome.
We've just reached potentially Coop's villain.
Coop's villain arc. I love it.
To be fair,
he's going full like
so
Inigo Montoya.
I did want to specify, and you'll know because I know you go back and read the transcripts and everything for the notes, that prior to Algernon appearing, Sophie did step back from all of you. That's why you weren't able to grab her and push her behind you, Coop. But there was nothing to prevent you from taking a mad rage. I almost pictured it at first like when they get when they anger Chunk so that he goes flying forward and he just goes ah.
Yep. That's amazing, dude.
Now you still
Tiny
have
little chunky rage.
you still have an hour and 45 minutes in Chrome City before the portal pulls you back. So you still have plenty of time to check out the sports complex or figure out what else you want to do.
Yeah, apparently Coop's and Rosie's things are still here on Earth.
So that I'll tell you, that last scene did not go at all how I thought it was going to go. I should have known better than to think that Algernon could step in and even make a move for Sophie, let alone knock her unconscious before you would try to do something about it.
No. Coop's a badass.
To be fair, it might have been Billy that killed him if he wasn't already with a ninja. So
If he wasn't already ripping the throat out of a ninja, it would have been Billy.
yeah.
I love in the midst of all of this going on, Ted just goes, so can I kill
I'd like
the
to
ninja?
kill the ninja, please.
Can I slit the ninja's throat?
Sorry, Snake
Which-
Eyes.
Which also just goes great with
Okay,
quotes from
animal
a
focus here. Animal focus.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Like I'm there's so much complexities to Billy. Like I have to like always make sure like, all right, what zone am I playing here? You know, am I, being a deceitful teen? Am I being a bloodthirsty animal? Am I somewhere in transition to all of this shit? Am I, Captain Scout, hero squad, where am I?
And you're absolutely right. Sophie was getting to you, but then when she went unconscious.
Well, I mean, no, when she
Like,
stepped away, like that was where I wanted to go, but like I don't want to break the scene, so I was waiting for like, okay, where is there a moment I can just ask my question here? And sometimes those things have to wait a moment.
It
And
happened
sometimes
right then.
if this were a TV show or a
sometimes
movie,
they enter into hilarity.
if this were a TV show or a movie, I just picture during that scene half feral Billy with the ninja under him just going and then just walking away to join everybody else. Well, this problem's no longer our biggest problem.
Oh hey,
Yeah.
what kind of a weapon was it again that the ninja had?
A knife.
'Cause Billy's
Knife.
got it now.
Like
Yeah.
a knife.
It was
A knife!
literally just a
regular
really
fucking
sharp
knife?
It was
A
a,
It's a
You can-
silver knife.
Billy, you have a well, it was just it was
Gleaming
Well-
silver.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope it's not silver. Billy be like, let
I
me
mean,
go
Billy
back.
can touch the handle.
Ah!
Billy can touch the handle, but Billy,
it's-
you have a silver ninja dagger,
Oh shit.
Nice.
and it is silver.
Okay.
Oh shit.
A little scary, but cool.
You need to get
Oh,
a scabbard for that bitch.
Oak in the side chat. My name is Kenny Cooper. You killed my sister. Prepare to die.
That's what broke me.
Classic.
That got me.
Does Ninja Boy have a scabbard for said knife or a sheath?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Ninja Boy. I just so you know, I have a whole D20 of table of Jake's.
Okay.
Only
You've
a
only seen
D20.
Jake.
I'm
You've
I'm
only seen
disappointed.
Jake the Hacker.
I'm shocked it's only 20.
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
I thought there
I
was a
didn't realize you were going to
D1000
go
over
through
here.
them at the rate you're going through them.
Give us time.
Oh man.
If the Nexus can make them, like, we're fine. We're fine.
Well, I
Just-
mean, it's canon that the Nexus project has Jake the original,
yeah.
or had Jake the original.
Yep.
But
My question is,
it's
how
also
does
canon-
Laz come back now?
it's also canon as to how the Jakes were replicated.
Mm.
So if I have,
There is Jake Prime or Jake the original. Yeah.
there's Jake the original. So you know there's potentially another 19 Jakes out there.
From the tanks, right?
Yes.
But never mind. I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm just telling you there's a piece of the puzzle in there. And Algernon had to give you some information, a little bit of extra information to ease your mind a little bit, but how much you choose to trust him is entirely up to you. Or distrust him. Nonetheless, he has taken Sophie unconscious through the portal. And we'll see what happens next. Huge thank you. I forgot to call it out. I meant to when we went live, but I did give you credit for it. It's the one that Tamiko burned. Carrie resubscribed for 48 months. That's 4
That's
years,
4
people.
years.
That's 4 years of being subscribed to Mini Terrain Domain.
Your subscription can go to daycare,
It can't.
like preschool.
Only if
Preschool.
it was born before April or whatever it is.
It's April 24th, so
How about it?
there you go.
Let's go.
So yeah, thank you for that, and thank you for everybody hanging out in chat. I don't keep track of the bingo card, so I don't know how well you guys did this week, but I know I
Poorly.
gave
Poorly.
you
I needed a bunch of Laz squares to get anything. So
Yeah, Laz got Trond.
Oh my god.
The irony of that is Jeremy would have greatly, and when he finds out what happened, will greatly appreciate it, because just last week Jeremy and I were talking about Tron.
That's awesome.
Which gave me the idea. But I also love how, because this was something Craig and I were talking about today.
Craig.
He's
No,
not
I'm
he's not here tonight because apparently there's some kind of NFL draft thing going on.
Oh yeah.
The Pistons are in the playoffs, and I think he had his own D&D game. So he was
Lots of sports things happening.
Craig was conflicted all kinds of ways. But I forgot what I was saying. What did I lead off with that?
You were
Craig and I were
to
talking
Craig,
today.
though?
Craig and I were talking about this today.
I totally forgot what I was going to tell you guys,
Oh
and
my
it was
goodness.
pretty good. So anyway, if I remember, I'll tell you off air. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Know that if you are somebody that likes to lurk in the chat, or you're watching later on the VODs, we appreciate you all the same and hope you enjoy the show. And of course, a huge thank you to all of these amazing players. I love getting to play this game with you. I miss it when we have to miss a week, or if one or more of you are missing. But hey, it gives us the fun ability to incorporate your disappearance into the story. So with that, I want to say a huge thank you, as always, to Chad, Tamiko, Carrie, Ted, M, and though he's not here, he was here with us in spirit tonight, Jeremy, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, We're going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.
This is where Jeremy would say something.